and welcome to Talk TV with Tiffany. When I'm not watching TV, I'm talking about it. And recently I had the absolute pleasure and delight of chatting with Kevin Probably Saves the World's J. August Richards, who plays Nate. And I think you guys are going to feel just as inspired as I did after listening to our conversation. He shares who his favorite character is on the show, and like I have asked all the other actors before him, I asked if the show's inspired him, and he had a different take on it. He said that the show's philosophy actually reaffirms his pre-existing beliefs, and he just has such a beautiful outlook on life, and I think you are all really going to appreciate and enjoy his insights on the show and just life in general. And he'll also share a little bit about Nate, his background, like off screen, the history he shares with Amy and Kevin, and he'll share some of his favorite scenes and answer some fan questions. So it's a really, really insightful and fun chat, so I hope you all enjoy. All right, well, I've been asking everybody this. Since the show has been so inspiring to the fans, how has it inspired you in your day-to-day life? Have you started to notice signs or changed anything?
You know, it's funny because I honestly think that the show is a manifestation of where I have been prior to getting on the show. So I'm someone who already looks at signs, who is already sort of, I follow the signs that I get, totally. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that the show has inspired me as much as the show has confirmed for me that it's all right to follow the signs that the universe gives you. I always tell Tara and Michelle, my favorite character on the show is the universe, because I feel like you can actually feel the presence of a character called the universe on the show. And I think that that's pretty exciting. And the universe has a great sense of humor, and it's very poignant, and it's very trickster-ish.
Yes.
So that's my favorite character on the show, is the universe.
I love that. I love all of that. That's great. Awesome answer. Because it's true, the universe is a character. We may not see the universe itself, but we definitely see the universe's personality. So, and
but you can feel it. You definitely can feel it. And another reason why I say it's just a reflection of where I've been in my life is I read this book that said as the fingers are to touch and the nose is to smell, gratitude is the sense we use to trace the hand of God. And in my own life, through gratitude, I discovered a through line of the universe that has been a part of my life since the beginning and is still very much a huge part of my life. So again, the show is just a reflection for me of where I am.
That is beautiful. Very beautifully said. God, I really like that. I think you just inspired me more now. That is great.
If you really use gratitude, you can figure out the way that the universe has been comforting you and taking care of you. So
definitely. Yeah. You know what? To be honest, in my life too, whenever something bad happens, I always thank God that it doesn't end up being worse, because you have to be thankful for the little blessings, even in the midst of crisis or disaster. So I really...
When you put your attention on it, you begin to realize that 99% of the things that are occurring in your experience are positive.
Yeah.
You have to put your attention on it. We give so much attention to that one thing that goes wrong. So,
yeah. And that's what makes this show so beautiful, because in the midst of the chaos of, the world right now, this show points to the positive and is inspiring the positive.
Sure.
So,
and I think that's why a lot of people are drawn to it, which is great.
Definitely. And I also love how Nate is such a gentleman on the show. He is so sweet and respectful of Amy and Reese. I love that he asked Reese for permission before asking Amy out. And I'm so happy that they're getting together now. So I was wondering if there's anything you could share about Nate and Amy's future. Will they go on like a proper date once her, face heals?
They have such a quirky, offbeat relationship, don't they? And I love that. Like their first that we will definitely see their relationship progress.
Great.
And, new and uncharted territory will pop up for them. So, we'll continue to watch their relationship, bloom and face challenges, and it'll be really interesting.
Great. And I love the Christmas episode, too. I think that was a beautiful and pivotal moment in their relationship where Amy kind of just, like the light bulb went off, like, damn, I love this guy, I was wondering, do you have any favorite moments so far from filming the show?
Well, I love that moment, too. I love it so much because from an acting standpoint, it was the first time on this show and the first time for a lot of roles that I played that I realized, dude, you have to do so little in this scene. Like, the heavy lifting is done for you. Just the fact that he has done this beautiful, grand gesture. All I have to do is sit back and allow it to just be seen. And that is the romance. That is the gift. So that was a really fun scene because it was just like I really had nothing to do. I didn't have to do anything to make it special because it was so special in and of itself. But my little private joke to myself is that Nate is a dirty cop. And I say he's a dirty cop because look at him wasting the taxpayers' resources, diverting the traffic for no reason just to see his girlfriend's Christmas lights.
Yeah.
There's that. And then there's a couple of other little things that he's done throughout the season where I'm like, Nate is a dirty cop. But I say that with love and affection. In the world of the show, no one's getting hurt.
Yeah. Well, he's a dirty cop in the best sense possible.
Exactly.
Yeah, that actually segues into my other question, too, because he has forgiven Kevin of so many, just weird and bad things that have happened, around him or because of him. So I know the little dirty cop bits in there, but how does Nate feel when he sees this? He knows good is coming from it, but do you think there would ever be a point where he would be like, man, I can't even cover for you now, Kevin?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm sure that moment would come at some point, but I love Kevin and Nate's relationship because it took a while for Nate to see that at the end of the day, whatever is going on with Kevin, because he does have some very strange behavior. And they're two very different men, you know what I mean? They're very different type of guys.
Right.
But Nate sees that whatever is going on, it's for good. And ultimately, that's Nate's desire, too, is to serve the community. And he desires a sense of family. He loves being a part of a family. And, so he loves Kevin in that regard. So, and it's interesting because I think all of the major characters I've ever played, it always boils down to family for some reason. And, they say that the roles choose you. So I feel like this is another role that has chosen me because I'm a person that is all about family. And it just seems like every time I get a new part, it really boils down to family, community. And that's what I absolutely love about my characters because he wants to be a pillar of the community. He wants to be that privately, personally, as well as publicly, as far as being a police officer. So that's why I love my character so much. He doesn't need a lot of attention. He's not a flashy guy.
Right.
But his heart is so pure, and I love that about him.
Definitely. Yeah, I'd say he's as pure as Tyler, too. And you can tell right off the bat that he's been there taking care of Amy and Reese ever since her husband passed. He's just been a guy that's there to, help them out whenever they need it. So, and then when Kevin shows up, it could have thrown off Nate's groove, but it just makes the family bigger. There's a lot of respect and love between everybody, which is, evident.
Another thing that we discussed that took place off camera that we've never seen on camera, that I do believe that Nate and Amy's late husband and Amy were all friends. Like we'd hang out sometimes, even with my ex-wife, we might have hung out together, and so that also complicates things. And I think that that's why he went to Reese, because I think Nate and John and his ex-husband used to hang out together, and the three of them hung out together, so he had to make sure that it wasn't going to be too much for Reese. And when he found out that it was, he backed off.
Right. Right. And it was sweet because Reese was just thinking of it for her mom. It wasn't her personally. She just thought, Amy wasn't ready for it yet. So.
Right.
And,
but, when I was playing the scene, it was always so funny for me how much that caught Nate off guard.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do things out of ceremony or
right.
out of politeness, and then you forget that you are giving the person the option to say no.
Right, yeah, he wasn't expecting the no.
Rude Nate for such a loop.
Yeah,
it was so weird. So I love doing that thing.
Yeah, and Reese didn't hesitate with that no. It was just like a nope. Mm-mm. So,
She did not.
Yeah. Yeah, and
I love the way Chloe plays Reese.
She is.
Plays Reese so amazingly well. Like in that scene, and then also the scene where Iggy showed up while we were in the diner, and I was trying to get rid of Reese. I was trying to get Reese and I to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I said, "Hey, Reese, don't you need to use the bathroom?" She's like, "No." And she enjoyed watching me squirm. I love the way she plays her character.
Yeah, she's very wise beyond her years too, which is fantastic.
And in real life, she is too.
That's what the others have been saying too. So it shows. What I'm learning is that you can see so much of the actors and who they are as people, just the genuine kindness and compassion and, humor, that it's there and it shines through the characters. I think that's part of the show's success too. You guys are all so wonderful and sweet. So that comes through, So it's special.
Thank you. And I would have to say that is the truth of the other 6 people that I'm so lucky to work with. What you just said couldn't describe them any better.
Yeah. And and going back to what you were saying about hanging out as couples together, could you shed any light on what the relationship was like between Nate and the twins growing up? Like, were they always kind of friends? Did Nate always have a crush on Amy?
The relationship between who?
Oh, Nate, Kevin, and Amy. Sorry, I said the twins.
Oh, the twins.
Yeah.
Right. The relationship?
Yeah, like when they were growing up, like as teenagers and stuff, because Kevin was sort of nudging Nate, like, "Oh, you always had a thing for my sister," kind of a thing. Was there?
Yes. You know what? You know what's so wonderful about this role and this character is that whenever I'm breaking down anything regarding the character or what he wants or his relationship with people, it always comes back to the fact that they are in and from a small town. And I discovered that in my exploration of the character, I discovered that when you live in a small town, the stakes are always higher because the audience is so much smaller, and the audience, everyone knows one another. That's why in scenes, if I have to walk into somewhere, you'll always see me speaking to somebody or waving to somebody because I imagine that I know every single person who lives here. That being said, we went to high school together. I did have a crush on his sister. I think that we were, cool in high school. Kevin and I probably had different interests back then. Seeing as though he went to New York and became this, corporate financial monster guy.
Yeah.
So I think that they were very different people in high school. I don't think that they were extremely close, but I think that they were close in the way that you are when you grow up in a small town. And you might not think of somebody as your best friend or that you might not have spoken every day, but because you grew up under similar circumstances, there is a shared history there. So I think that that's what a lot of the relationship is about. There's a shared history, a shared place, and a shared time, like when we did the prank together. So that's kind of how I see the relationship. Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. And I just wanted to throw in a fan question, too.
Sure.
Emily Ann Gutierrez was saying that Nate seems to have a dry sense of humor, so she's wondering if it's hard to keep a straight face on set.
Oh, my God, yeah. Absolutely. Oh, my God, it's so hard, especially with that dang Jason Ritter.
Yeah, is there a particular moment that totally just broke you?
Oh, too many. So many. I couldn't even point to one specifically. Honestly, I think Jason is one of the most talented people I've ever worked with. Like, every take is magic.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of times he'll have to do scenes without Kimberly,
right?
Who plays Yvette. He'll have to do them by himself, and it's literally like she's still there. Our script supervisor has to time how long each scene takes, and when he does a scene with Kimberly and then without her, they're always to the second.
Wow.
Exact same length. That's how dialed in he is. He really blows me away. I'm so impressed by him. I can't say enough about it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, he's awesome, and everyone is saying this same thing, especially when he has to pull off the Yvette scenes by himself. So that's fun. And Kimberly just was gushing about him too. So I know I would just love to see what it's like.
We all love him.
Yeah.
And I could gush about Kimberly all night and day as well too. I mean, she brings so much.
Oh yeah.
So much purpose and integrity and heart and comedy to Yvette. She really brings the character to life, and it's not easy because there's not much to go on as far as like where she comes from or who she was before she came here. But she brings so much to the character. It's
right.
Amazing.
Right, and Yvette's very complex too. She's not just like a typical guardian angel. I love seeing her become, more emotional over the course of time too. The more invested she gets in the friendships she's making, she cares about the family and the people that Kevin interacts with. So it's really cool.
Absolutely, and it could be such a big stereotype, but she never allows it to go there. And I just think that's I think that's really commendable and such a gift.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Emily Ann also asked, since you've been in so many dramas, do you prefer playing a comedic role to drama now a little bit?
I have no preference. I love variety. That's what I love. So, one thing that I love about doing this show is that the tone of it is totally different than anything I've ever done before. The closest, I would say, would be Good Burger. It's been a while since I've done physical comedy like I did in Good Burger. But this light comedy tone is one that I haven't done yet. And so I'm loving it. So, no, I definitely don't have a preference. I just like to play characters that are, fully real, just rich characters, that I can really emotionally connect to. So I don't really have a preference at all.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jay. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I love how you said "stay righteous"
My pleasure.
At the end of the thank you video that you made with Marty. I love that. Like, we got to get "stay righteous" on T-shirts.
Yeah, we got to get that on trademark.
So yeah.
That's going to be our Kevin
thing. Definitely. I'm like, somebody's got to do something with that. So.
Exactly.
Thank you so very much again.
Cool.
It's been a pleasure.
Tiffany, again, thank you so much for your support.
Well, what did you think, Kevin Probably fans? Did you enjoy it as much as I did? I just really love the idea of the universe as his favorite character. And it's so true. The universe is very witty and has a very sharp and twisted sense of humor in many ways. And I just thought it was really, really interesting. And he brought some new theories and ideas to light that, we haven't really discussed before. So I'm very curious to hear your thoughts about it. So please shout out and let us know what you think about the conversation, about his favorite scenes. Were they your favorite scenes as well? Can you imagine teenage Amy, Kevin, and Nate hanging out? And so just let me know. And as always, thank you for listening and tuning in. Happy watching and stay righteous. We really do need that trademark though.